we're back here, Legends of Professional Wrestling. This week we got an unbelievable bunch of clips. We got bleeps, we got bloops, we got blunders, we got all sorts of things. We took some clips off of all our events. It's not like today you can go on the internet and read all the spoilers. When I did my events, Empire Pro Wrestling, the best of the best, nobody knew what was going on in the dressing room. We wouldn't let no one in the dressing room. It's not like today you go on the computer, get all the spoilers, find out what's happening before the shows come on. And this week we're going to show you many, many angles, many finishes, if you will. And all you smart marks out there, you'll never outsmart the Boston Bad Boy. Coming to you where? From Revere TV, that's right. The greatest source of community cable in all the lands. We got all the great equipment here. You can see this beautiful studio background. In the back, we got Matt Classic with BRUISER BRODY against Bruno Sammartino this week. So tune in for that. That's going to be coming on later on in the show. But the first one we're going to talk about right now, everybody knows about this one from 1985. It was at the Lynn Roller Rink on the Linway, A1A. That's right, it's not there anymore. More people might think it's the flea market now in the summer. But it was called the Magic Chair, where Rocky Raymond got into the ring with the Super Destroyer from Florida, who flew up here from Fort Lauderdale to take the New England Championship title back south. But it never went back south. It stayed right here in New England. You'll never see this again. It's never been done since this particular day. The name of this clip is called The Magic Chair.
Raymond, also 240 pounds, the champion hailing from Revere. There we go. This is the main bout of the evening, wrestling fans. A one-fall match with a 1-hour time limit. For the New England Heavyweight Wrestling Championship. Introducing first, the challenger from parts unknown. Weighing 240 pounds, the Super Destroyer. My pleasure to introduce the New England Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, weighing 240 pounds, from Revere, Playboy Rocky Raymond. And his famous manager, Mr. Majestic. This is the main bout for the New England title. You're watching the champion with the long black tights, Playboy, Rocky Raymond, against the Destroyer. How's that for me? Super Destroyer looks to be in sensational condition, as does Rocky Raymond. Rocky Raymond, the New England Heavyweight Champion, has been meeting all comers wherever he wrestles. Fine wrestler. There is no one that this gentleman fears. He'll go anywhere to wrestle anybody. Playboy Rocky Raymond. Super Destroyer, first time in this area. How's that for a move, wrestling fans? Very strong. Looks to be in tip-top shape. Quite a mystery man. No one in the dressing room knows him. He will talk to no one. Enters the arena with a mask. Nice takedown by the champion, Rocky Raymond. Another nice takedown by Raymond. There's a body lift and a body slam by the champion. This match might be almost over. Rocky Raymond takes Super Destroyer into the ropes. And a nice flip down. Oh my goodness. Nice retaliation by Rocky Raymond, the champ. As he makes Blue Super D as a punching bag. Into the ropes goes Super D. And a pinch to the throat of Rocky. Holy mackerel, what a match. Non-stop from start till now. And a headbutt. I wonder if he had anything in that mask. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a foreign object. Where's he going? He's leaving the ring. Is he going after the manager? No. referee. Count is 1, count is 2, count is 3. That's it. The chair. What a whack, and down goes Super D. Oh, the new referee. Count is 1, count is 2, count is 3. That's it. Rocky Raymond, winner of the match.
Hey, we're back here. That's right, we're showing you the bleeps, bloops, and blunders of Empire Pro Wrestling. Things that might have happened that were planned, that didn't be planned. But I tell you right now, the only one to ever do this next finish is the great Eddie Farhat, the original Sheik from Detroit. He was known in Japan as the fireball throwing Sheik, not the Iron Sheik. Eddie Farhat, the uncle of Sabu, who went to Detroit, ran Detroit right into the ground, as they would say, and he had all the great finishes, but his famous finish was the fireball finish. He'd reach down into his trunks, pull up the fireball, and shoot the fireball into his opponent's eyes and blind him. So the next clip that you're going to see right here on Legends of Professional Wrestling, on Bleeps, Bloops, and Blunders, with the Boston Bad Boy, is called the Fireball.
There's a lot of controversy that exists between you and the Dungeon Master. And Mr. Majestic, first of all, what happened with you and Mr. Majestic?
Majestic, he turned on me. We were in the ring. I had myself in a very bad predicament with Mr. Jiu-Jitsu Dave Costoli. He had me up in the back break. I was almost to a point to giving up. But that little 10% that I had was left in me. Majestic jumped on the top rope, pulled something out of his trunks, a roll of quarters, hit the guy across the head, and that's what had happened. Now we know that this belt is going to stay in my hands and in New England. No one's going to take it because I'm giving 110%. And these idiots over here, the Dungeon Master, this dungeon, we're going to send every one of them to the dungeon tonight, because when I beat them in the middle of that ring right there, we separate the men from the boys in the little square circle. So remember one thing, when you come to Lynn and see the Playboy, you're seeing the best talent that's in New England right now, and that's me, Playboy Rocky Raymond. And I want everyone out there to remember that I'm champion.
The New England Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. One thing before you go, Mr. Majestic, who used to be your manager, Rocky, is now the manager of Dungeon Master. How do you think this will affect the match?
Well, I don't know. I know if he gets in the ring, I'm going to hit him just as hard as I hit anybody else. And there's another thing. When the time comes, I'll challenge Majestic if he wants to get in there and duke it out. I'll be there waiting for him and ready.
Okay, thanks a lot, Rocky. Rocky Raymond, the New England Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. Well, the gentleman walking around the ring, I'm sure you all know, this is the famous manager, Mr. Majestic. Mr. Majestic, welcome.
We're glad to be here again.
We would like to ask you, first of all, about this controversy that exists between you and the New England Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, Rocky Raymond. You used to be his manager, is that right, Mr. Majestic?
I used to be his manager at one time.
And tell us...
Used to be.
Yeah.
Do not refer to me as his manager. I was his manager, I'm not no more. I'm the Dungeon Master's manager now.
Well...
He turned on me, he wouldn't listen. I never turned on him. He would not listen to me.
Exactly what happened, for the benefit of our fans that weren't there that particular evening? What happened?
I jumped up on the apron to save his belt. He was in a backbreaker. He was going to lose that belt. I saved his belt and his championship for me, and he turned on me.
So in other words, you have severed all association with Rocky Raymond. Is that true?
Our relationship is over. Completely over. And tonight I'm going to destroy him.
And you are now the manager of the
Dungeon Master.
Tell us a little bit about this very mysterious gentleman.
He's very mysterious. I got him locked up right now. He's from Sun City, South Africa.
And a big gentleman.
And a big gentleman.
Yeah.
He's 6'6" and he weighs a ton. And he takes no seat, second to none. He'll be there. Like I said, the Playboy. This is D-Day. Dungeon Master Day. Today. We're going to destroy him.
Should prove to be a very interesting match.
Be here, you'll see.
Thank you very much. Mr. Majestic, one of the great managers, formerly the manager of Rocky Raymond, the New England Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, and now the manager. Here is Mr. Majestic, the famous manager of the equally famous Dungeon Master. standing in at 6'6". We don't know his weight exactly. He just wants to be known as weight second to none. He's from Sun City, South Africa. Dungeon Master, ably assisted by Mr. Majestic, his manager. What a match this is going to be against the New England Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. And a great champion he is, Rocky Raymond. Mr. Majestic and Dungeon Master walking around the ring, taunting the fans. What a sight this is. Now, Mr. Majestic, you may recall, used to be the manager of Rocky Raymond. But what a falling out they had. And Mr. Majestic is now the manager of the very, very dangerous, the very unpredictable Dungeon Master. We have no idea who he is. He's spitting at us. He's coming over and spitting at us. Oh, coming over with the whip, hitting the table. You heard it. I don't know if you got to see it on television, but you heard it. What a fearsome sight he is with that whip. Dungeon Master still walking around with Mr. Majestic. The crowd is taunting the Dungeon Master. They are absolutely taunting him. A group of about 75 or 85 fans. They're yelling 6'6", weighs a ton. The mysterious masked man, the Dungeon Master, ably assisted by his famous manager, Mr. Majestic. We are waiting the arrival of the very, very popular New England Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, Rocky Raymond. And judging by the applause, here he comes. A great wrestling star, Rocky Raymond. You are in for a rare treat if you've never seen Rocky Raymond in action before. He's the best, the best. Raymond with that championship belt. He takes off the belt, as you can hear, and attempting to use it before the match even begins. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the main bout of the evening. A one-fall match with a 1-hour time limit. First of all, introducing the famous manager, Mr. Majestic. And now introducing the individuals for this all-star match. From Sun City, South Africa, at 6'6", weighing a ton, and he is second to none, the very dangerous Dungeon Master. And his opponent, wrestling fans, from Revere, weighing 245 pounds, the New England Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, the dynamic Playboy, Rocky Raymond. One fall match, wrestling fans, with a 1-hour time limit. Well, gang, this is going to be a match long to be remembered. The dangerous Dungeon Master with Mr. Majestic as his manager against the great Rocky Raymond. Everybody loves this guy. What an athlete, what a wrestler. Holding that New England Heavyweight Wrestling Championship belt. Very, very popular wrestling star. We're underway. The Dungeon Master against Rocky Raymond. The Dungeon Master quite a few inches taller than Rocky, who is no midget in his own right. Nice takedown, beautiful takedown by the New England champ. And another takedown, great moves, and Dungeon Master says, holy mackerel. Dungeon Master leaves the ring in a hurry. Mr. Majestic coming over for a few well-chosen words. And he's going to need more than a few well-chosen words, because he's up against the best, Playboy Rocky Raymond, New England heavyweight wrestling champion, Playboy Rocky Raymond. I'm sure you can hear the crowd behind us yelling, "Dungeon, Dungeon." Dungeon a little bit slow getting back in the ring, but he does so. Definite contrast in style, wrestling fans. The smooth styling of Playboy Rocky Raymond, the champ, against the very formidable but rough house tactics of the Dungeon Master. Across the ring goes the Dungeon Master into the ropes. Across he goes, and a monkey flip. What a monkey flip. That's 6'6" in the air. And once again, Dungeon Master leaves the ring. Rocky Raymond looking in super shape. He is quick. He weighs 245 pounds, but he moves like he weighs 145 pounds. Rocky Raymond has wrestled the best and has always come out victorious. Not only one of the finest wrestlers around today, but one of the most popular wrestlers in the business. The Playboy himself, Rocky Raymond. Dungeon Master doesn't want to get back in, but he finally does. Raymond ready to go. I don't think I could say the same for Dungeon Master. Look at the size of this guy. He's got to be close to 300 pounds. And we have the championship belts right in front of us that was just handed to us by one of the ring attendants. And the winner of this match will get this belt placed around his shoulders. Beautiful takedown by Rocky Raymond. And out of the rock. Across the ring goes the Dungeon Master. That whole ring shakes into the other turnbuckle. Wow, that ring must have moved 6 to 7 inches. I think Mr. Majestic just slipped something to Dungeon Master. He's got something in his hands. Oh, what is it? A shot of fire! A shot of fire into the eyes of Rocky Raymond. A shot of fire! I don't know what. Oh, what is it? A shot of fire! A shot of fire into the eyes of Rocky Raymond. A shot of fire! I don't know what it was. The bell has been rung. I don't know if Dungeon Master, he's been knocked down, the referee. What is happening here? We saw fire. Rocky Raymond has been burnt. Now Mr. Majestic and the Dungeon Master working over Rocky Raymond. Here comes Pete Arlimon into the ring. Holy mackerel. Never seen anything like this. Out of the ring goes Arlimon. The bell is ringing. Rocky Raymond's eyes have been burned. Both Dungeon Master and Mr. Majestic working over Rocky Raymond. Referee Paul Ritchie goes out of the ring. Here comes handsome Ricky Saxon. Here comes the Comanche Kid. And they clear the ring. Holy mackerel, what a finish. We can only hope and pray that Rocky Raymond has not been injured permanently. Here comes the Dungeon Master.
This is mine.
Dungeon Master saying that the championship belt is his. I don't know. We haven't got a verdict yet. Mr. Majestic, we haven't got a verdict yet on that belt. Mr. Majestic and the Dungeon Master are leaving the arena with the belt. We don't know if it is rightfully theirs. In the ring is Rocky Raymond being helped by several of the wrestlers, and it looks like he has been burned quite severely. You saw it, fans. A bolt of fire came shooting out of the masked man's hands, and the fire went right into the eyes of Rocky Raymond, and we can only hope that no permanent damage. The doctor in attendance is in the ring, along with Gil Aliman, both referees, wrestler Ricky Sexton, the wrestler Comanche Kid, are working over the Rocky Raymond. We see he is.
All right, we're back at Bleeps, Bloops, and Blunders. This one here, let me tell you, hold your hat, hold your seat. Don't go to the kitchen, don't go anywhere. This is my favorite clip of all time from the world famous Whalen Park, that's right, in Leominster, Mass. You know, there's been wrestling in Texas at all the fairs. There's been wrestling at all the baseball fields with the AWA, with Stan Hansen against Martel. No dugout action, no theory, no nothing, no thoughts. But the mind of Rocky Raymond, that's right. You'll never see this anywhere else in the world of professional wrestling. I do say professional because in my day it was professional. There wasn't a lot of talking, a lot of walking, but now you got to talk and talk and talk before you get to the element. But the element of this match was a dirty, rotten brat named Eric Sprazier, who never went nowhere in wrestling but local. He was the Western Revere champion, wrestled for the NWA, made a couple of outlets here and there, came back. He wanted to come back to EPW, the champagne, if you will, of the local wrestling, the independents. And this one is called the Ferris Wheel from Whalen Park, the Battle of the Ferris Wheel, where I smacked him around like he should have been done a long time ago. I used to chase him with a vacuum cleaner when he was a little boy. He was scared of the vacuum. Now he's just a big, big night crawler. He's the midnight sweeper, the creeper from Revere.
Expensive tour to Japan, and it was a very, very long trip, as well as going to Texas and capturing the NWA Tag Team Champions with the NWA New England office. And he's right here in Whalen Park to show you people what he's going to be doing. He wants to take that 2 Extreme title back. I believe you want that 2 Extreme title, is that correct?
Now, let me get this straight. You got some rinky-dink wrestler, the Raider, the Masked Raider is your Extreme Championship Wrestling?
Well, the Masked Raider is very, his ability is, you know, he used to play professional football, now he's coming to professional wrestling. You know, a lot of football players are becoming wrestlers, you people who know that, right? And we got him right here, we got one, the Masked Raider. Now let's get back to you, we really want to know that you're basically the nephew of Rocky Raymond, is that correct?
Yep.
Yep. And I am Rocky Raymond, so that means I'm the man. Well, for now I am. Well, we know that basically I used to chase you around with a vacuum cleaner, right? He used to run around and all that stupid stuff, and he'll beat me up and hit me with the tea kettle. But getting back to, what do you want to do right here at Extreme? Because we know you've been to Japan, you've been to all these great shows.
Why don't you tell the people how many years you wanted to ride my coattails?
That's right, I wanted you to get into the big leagues like the WWF so I can ride right along your coattails. But unfortunately, you had a short stay in the WWF. That was pretty short, wasn't it? Okay. And basically, you're like the little brat in the family, and you don't want to listen to me and get directed in the right direction, right? Is that right? Yes or no?
You want to see the little brat in the family?
As you can see into the ring, an interview that's gone bad right here at Empire Pro Wrestling, with yours truly interviewing Mr. Intensity, going crazy here. As you can only see right here at Empire Pro Wrestling. Oh, they're fighting into the Ferris wheel now as yours truly and Mr. Intensity are going hot and heavy here now. That's a steel Ferris wheel. And they're going up into that Ferris wheel now. It looks like Mr. Intensity now. Oh, he's throwing shots now. And they're going round. Look at this great footage that you can only see right here at Empire Pro Wrestling.
Hit him.
And outside the ring, you've got that Warren King telling Mr. Intensity to hit him. I don't know if I can commentate this being part of this situation. Rocky Raymond, irresistible Eric Frazier at Whalen Park. The famous Ferris wheel. Oh, look at the pandemonium caused here. Disrespectful, didn't want to respect me in the interview. That's what happens. That's what will happen every time here. No respect. There's that other one, the Raider.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed those couple of clips. You won't see them anywhere else. You won't see these things on any other events or shows. You won't see them anywhere, but only here on the Legends of Professional Wrestling. The best finishes in all of independent pro wrestling. Like I said, when I went to Florida, I was around guys like Kevin Sullivan, Dusty Rhodes. Took all that stuff from their memory and their mind and put it into Rocky's mind and brought it back to New England. Now this next one, don't blink. Don't blink because you'll miss it. This is like a 3-second shot of Robbie Ellis, a little antiquated pro wrestler that didn't want to quit. I own an art gallery up in Maine, I believe, and basically he really, really loved professional wrestling, but this is the night I'm going to tell you, where'd the top rope go? He stepped out and there was no rope and he took a bump. So this one's a real quick one, so 1, 2, 3, and he's on the floor. All right, we're back here with another bleep, bloop, blunder. I don't know what you want to call it, but this one was one of our last shows at Marshfield Fair. And we had this situation going on with 2 world-famous wrestling clowns. One was from the Big Top and one was from a local circus, I believe, that was in town. And this second clown just chose to show up at an event at Empire Pro Wrestling at Marshfield Fair to prove who the real clown was. So what we did was we had a match with the world-famous wrestling clown. Came in the ring, was very successful over a local wrestler. And then coming down the aisle, all of a sudden is this second clown that looked a little funky, like a monkey. It looked a little strange, didn't look the same. So we brought him into the ring, but what he was doing, he was walking down, he had this round mirror in his hand. And he's looking in the mirror, and we got him into the ring. And I took the mirror and I said to myself, I know I'm the real Boston bad boy. And the other clown said, well, I know I'm the real world-famous wrestling clown. And then the other clown took the mirror and says, he's the clown. So we sort of dissolved the problem by finding out who the real world-famous wrestling clown was. So watch this action and enjoy.
What's this? What's this coming up the aisle? Oh, this grassy knoll, if you will. He's got a mirror. And that looks like the original clown suit. The one that Matt Bourne might have wore. Green fluorescent hair, the purple tights. Everything looks normal, but that don't look to be Matt Bourne. No.
We got 2 clowns here. Who's the real clown? You're the real clown?
No, I'm the real clown. No!
What?
I'm the real clown. I've been here 5 years, 15 years before. I'm the ring clown. I'm the real clown. I'm the real clown.
Who's the real clown here? You're the real clown? I'm the real Boston bad boy.
I'm the real clown.
I'm the real Boston bad boy.
That's the real Boston bad boy.
Oh my goodness, he hit him with a double mirror shot. The Boston bad boy. What a bad
I
boy.
told you weren't the real clown. He's the real clown.
All right, we're back here. Unbelievable action. I hope you're enjoying these clips that we pulled off all our shows. Basically, you're not going to see this stuff anywhere else because it's never been done anywhere else. It's all in the mind of Rocky Raymond, the champagne, if you will, of the independent network here in New England. All the great finishes. There is some bleeps, there is some blunders, and you're going to see more. But right now, we want to go to part of the program that we call the Mac Classics this week, and we got a big one, and it's Bruno Sammartino against Big Bruiser Brody in Boston Garden, which is a film that no one really has. No one even knows that Bruiser Brody did wrestle for the Worldwide Wrestling Federation Championship back in the day. So enjoy the Mad Classics.
We're here at World Gym in Somerville. Oh, I'm so elated. I can only be here. It's me, it's BBB. We're here with the Great 8 and the living legend, Bruno Sammartino. All you people, watch it from 10 to 11. It's the best of Empire Pro Wrestling with this man, the living legend. Tell him, Bruno.
That's right. Be sure and watch it, because if you want to see the best of yesteryear and whatever, this is the place to be.
Be there!
And we're back at the Boston Garden. It's December 4th, 1976. Bruno Sammartino versus the Big Bruiser Brody. This man with unbelievable size. And another unbelievable match for you here from the Mad Classics from the Boston Garden. As we know, Bruno Sammartino, a legend here in Boston, a legend all around the world. Big Bruiser Brody, first time appearing here in the WWF, as well as coming in from the South. And well known in Japan with his tag team partner Stan Hansen. As you may well know, that Stan Hansen was the man that broke Bruno Sammartino's neck with the lariat. And there's the bell ready for the action right here. Boston Garden, Mac Classics, and I'm the voice of the Mac Classics, Rocky Raymond. As Big Bruiser Brody pushes Bruno Sammartino back into the rope, comes down with a big heavy forearm now, and our referee for this big match is Mario Savoldi. And Big Bruiser Brody now with Bruno into the ropes now. Oh, big elbow drop down, big arm drag now by the living legend. And the crowd beginning to go wild here, as they usually do at the Boston Garden. Big Bruiser Brody now, as Bruno has an arm bar on him, he shoots him into the ropes now. The Big Bruiser shoulder tackle now into another arm drag, as Bruno Sammartino controlling the body with the big arm drag. And he puts the big arm bar on Big Bruiser Brody. This man is big. He's about 345 pounds now. Off the ropes again now, big shoulder tackle now. Bruno sends him down. Big Bruiser with a hip toss. Big kick out by Bruno. The living legend now working on the arm with another arm drag. As the speed of Bruno Sammartino. Big Bruiser Brody back into the ropes again now as he shoots him in now. Oh, big boot to the midsection now. And Bruno dropped down with a big boot to the small of the back now. As this big man, Big Bruiser Brody, look at the size of his legs. Drops an elbow on the back of the neck. And another boot to the back of the head of Bruno Sammartino. Our referee Mario Savoldi gets a 2 count. And Big Bruiser Brody keeps putting the heavy boots to Bruno. Elbow now, and Bruno Sammartino starting to find out why they call him the Big Bruiser. Big knee now into a cover. Just a 2 count now as Bruno kicks out from that lateral press. He rams into that top turnbuckle. Big Bruiser Brody followed up by a right hand now. Sammartino on the short end of the stick here. Couple of right hands and another right hand. That's why you get the cauliflower ears from those heavy blows to the side of the head. These are heavy blows. Big scoop now by the Bruiser. Backbreaker. 2 count again by Mario. And this Big Bruiser giving Bruno a hard time here in Boston. These are the Mad Classics from the Boston Garden with Bruno Sammartino, the best of Bruno, as well as all the great things you're going to be seeing in the future with these Mad Classics. Some unbelievable action. Unbelievable. This is professional wrestling. This is Bruno's wrestling. This is the wrestling that you know from years ago. And Big Bruiser Brody hammering down on the back of Bruno Sammartino now, the largest man that Bruno has met up until this time, defending the title now, and a big knee down into the chest of Bruno Sammartino. And the referee, Mario Savoldi, just gets another 2 count now as the Big Bruiser Brody, he's starting to go wild now with the crowd with those big heavy boots. He looks like a wild man, putting the boots to Bruno good. And the crowd don't like this Big Bruiser, wild look on the eye. Coming down with another heavy blow to the side of the head of the living legend Bruno Sammartino as he's coming up to one knee now. The Big Bruiser, unbelievable, giving Bruno quite a battle here tonight at the Mad Classics. Oh, he's ripping off that turnbuckle. The referee, Mario, didn't see that buckle being off. Oh, he's trying to rim. No! Yeah, 3 count. Bruno reversed it. Schoolboyed him. That's why he's the legend. The winner, Bruno Sammartino. Another great mat classic from the Boston Garden.
Valentino. His opponent from Paris, France, weighing 230 pounds, the heavyweight champion of the world, Edouard Carpentier. The referee, Eddie Friedman.
The great applause, of course, was for the recognized heavyweight champion of the world, Edouard Carpentier. And his displays, of course, have thrilled fans for many years all around this world. Mike Valentino from Los Angeles, big fellow, rangy type. And Valentino to punch the puncher fails, and they lost the game. The referee holds the colors crossing the issue, and there goes the field. He didn't get the puncher very far. Slap of disdain right across the face. Oh, Valentino. This fellow Carpentier has defeated the greats in wrestling. I refer, of course, to Killer Kowalski, to Buddy Rogers, and their like. Kowalski, incidentally, is now on a tour of Japan. And Carpentier ever insisted it was he that chased him out of the country. Carpentier tying up Valentino, and it's very hard to describe the whole situation. It was such an unorthodox one. Valentino stepping through between the ropes to get away from Carpentier. And Valentino is starting to hammer his man, but the front face up, but it's being broken up as it was a choke. Placed by Carpentier. Edouard Carpentier has quite a variety of holds. And Valentino, no doubt, will feel the full effect of these before he's finished. Edouard Carpentier getting the head to the midriff of Valentino. Although he hails from Los Angeles now, where Valentino originally came from the island of Malta, the Mediterranean Sea. And of course, that little island there was one of the, was probably the most heavily bombed area of land during the Second World War. Carpentier down on his shoulders, rolling off. And I must apologize to my pronunciation if it is not correct. Oh, the top went the two on Valentino, and he must have got a finger to the eye of Carpentier. Carpentier distressed after that eye gouging. And a nasty one in mark as Valentino taking advantage of the situation. Carpentier is anger comes back at him. And a forearm jaw sitting up heavy under the chin. Valentino appealing now for Carpentier to stand back. The great Edward Kapuntia, he is against him. Here's the referee going into the count. We'll say what official moves back. Valentino backing into the corner. Whenever you have the opportunity in your local arena to watch the great Kapuntia and Matt Kinmai do it by you to take advantage of it. Because he's a great performer. But Valentino, no, hammering away at him in the corner. He was ordered back by the official. The referee becoming a little impatient for Valentino, and there could be a disqualification as he does not watch out.
5 minutes.
Witnessed a glint in the eye of the great French performer. Valentino getting a fast count from the official. He claims that the referee is being unfair. Well, I do not think so. Nice knee lift by Kapuntia as he moves to the left line there. Takes on Valentino and puts a twist to the head. Valentino kicking Kapuntia, but here the great gymnast somersaulting. A beautiful move, another one, a somersault right onto the chest of Valentino, and Valentino's in trouble as Kapuntia goes over the counter to the 2, to 3, a beautiful fall.
Well, we're back here. Hope you enjoyed that Mac Classic with Big Bruiser Brody against the living legend, Bruno Sammartino. I know no one has that footage from Boston other than me, so I hope you really enjoyed it. And wow, did that clown take a crack off the head with that mirror. Unbelievable. And I hope you enjoyed all the ones so far. The magic chair, the fireball incident, and we got a few more coming at you. And this one right here was in Revere at Revere Lido, better known as the entertainment complex here in Revere, and it was called Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. And basically it was blood, sweat, and tears, more or less, because we had John Cronus from ECW in a triple threat, and he wrestled the likes of El Mascarado from Caribe, Puerto Rico, as well as from the Dominican Republic. That's right, we had the man that's crazy man. Everybody knows him. He's just a Dominican that's just so crazy we couldn't control him. And Astro Man is his name. He's been all over the Dominican. He loves to bleed. He loves to fight. And this was a match that went on and on and on. In the end, you'll see, they destroyed the whole arena. In the end, they couldn't get the table to stand up, so they had to do it again and again. And finally, the table broke, and the successful one was John Cronus from ECW. So here it is right here. Tables, ladders, and chairs.
Working out in his club or whatever, you just can't stop him. He keeps on coming. He's like an ever-ready battery. You hit him, and he keeps on coming and coming. Instrument sizing him up. He's got to do something. You know, he's kicking him. Cronus is down. They're in front of us right now, and I can't believe the gash, the laceration on his head. They're still fighting. They're kneeling down head to head. They're back and forth. John's blocked him. Come back with a right cross. Another right cross by Cronus. Cronus is unbelievable. He's getting his strength back. Another right cross, top of the forehead. These guys are going crazy. It's amazing. The strength, the endurance. I'm losing my breath myself here. I can't believe John's going to the top of the ring over here. I don't know. He's setting him up. He's finishing him off. Uh-oh. Ladies, there goes one. He's going to go to the ropes right now. He's going to try to finish off Astro Man. Astro Man is down and out. He's on the table. This is a high-risk maneuver. I don't know if John can handle this right now. He's bleeding from the head. I don't know if he's bleeding from the crowd. If he can see. Here he goes. Holy mackerel. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. This is really hardcore. Unbelievable. He's still down. He's still out. It's amazing. It's amazing what they're doing. Unbelievable. Astro Man is going wild. Cronus back and forth. Oh, kick. I can't believe, ladies and gentlemen, this is unreal. These men, the shape, the condition, the endurance. Mr. Cronus, if you could see him up front, he's full of blood. He's bleeding all parts of his forehead, his head. He's back with Astro Man again. He wants to punish him. He wants to finish him on that table. The table, he's telling the referee to hold the table. Hey, come on now. Someone's going to really severely get hurt here. This is unbelievable. This is, oh my Lord. This is it. That's got to be it. No one could take this punishment. Unbelievable. Cronus, unreal. The Hiram maneuver, unreal. I've been losing my voice. Both men deserve a round of applause here.
The winner of the fall in the match.
Unbelievable.
And to extreme.
Unreal.
Champion of Tampa, John Cronus.
Unbelievable. They still have.
All right, we got more tables for you. If they didn't like the last table that wouldn't go down, it went down, three-legged table doesn't make it. But we got another tables match. We had an unbelievable show way back in the day in Wakefield, and it was unbelievable. It was at their 4th of July festivity, and we had all the big names in there. We had Big Abbey Road and another big giant man from Saugus, a strong man from Saugus, a couple other big guys. But the table, I told them the table would not break. In this table, they jumped off the ring. They jumped down on the ring. They jumped down on each other. They hit each other with tables. They try to get this table to break, but this table, it'll show you that every time you do a table, it's not going to break, only because this particular table was not 12 feet long. It had a lot of bowing and a lot of stress in the middle. This was a short table. It was made out of steel, and these two combatants weighed over 450 pounds, and they still couldn't break the table. That's why we call this one the table that just wouldn't break.
Into the ropes. Oh, look at this. Look at the side of this man. He's getting up on a chair. Oh! Down across the ribs of Gino Martino. There has to be some damage. There has to be some... Oh, look at this. There's going to be some control. He's got the tape around the throat. That groveling midget. He came out with his hands tied. And you know why? He can't keep his hands out of his back. Look at the look on his face. Look at the side of this man. What's he setting him up for? Oh, nobody home. What's he setting him up for? Oh, nobody home.
All right, we're back here. We're getting down to the end of the show here. Hope you enjoyed all those bleeps, bloops, and blunders with all the great things that had happened here in Empire Pro Wrestling. Hope you enjoyed my new glasses from Designer Optical on Broadway Revere with my buddy Bill. If you need anything down there, you get all the great glasses. He gave you a nice pair of Harley Davidson glasses. These are high-dollar ones. No, I don't have a motorcycle. Yeah, I know the Boston bad boy gimmick and all, but no. No bikes, no trikes. Just wearing the Harley Davidson glasses for Bill tonight on my show, Legends. So if you need anything, get down there to Designer Optical on Broadway and see Bill. He might even take you out on a date because he loves to date. All right, this next one, unbelievable. This is happening at Thompson International Speedway, my annual show. We've done it 10 years in a row now. This was between Alexander Bagwell and Pierre de Mounty, the New Age Quebecer, as he calls himself. And what had happened that night at the end of the match, there had just happened to be a table at ringside. And as you could see in the last clip, the table just wouldn't break no matter what they did. This table shattered. He hit that table. It looked like he was wearing yellow tights. It looked like a hot dog coming out of a bun, and he hit that table, and the table just shattered.
Take it to him here. Oh, it looks, and maybe he's setting him up for that big power bomb across the table. Oh, the devastation! Pierre de Mounty.
This is one of my favorite clips that I've always had on on this great, you can see we got a great studio here in Revere, all the great bells and whistles and all the great things going on here in Revere. We cover all the sports for the Revere, the inner city sports. If it's not football, it's basketball. If it's not basketball, they're always covering something. We had the sand sculptors, something. We got it all. We're the toast of the coast right here in Revere. So when you want to watch something good and there's nothing on your regular 195, 200 stations, turn it on to Channel 8 right here in Revere, and you'll see all the great shows we have. Now, this is the last clip. This is my favorite clip. This is Don Savio in East Boston, and this was a battle royal. We had a 20-man battle royal. At the end of the night, the winner went on to wrestle for the New England Championship. But during the beginning of the show, I ended up wrestling a Russian, and then we had that fabulous Philip Paulo trying to take my nephew, Eric Sprazier, away off into the bad places. It'll take you there longer than you want to stay and more than you want to pay. So let's put it that way, and let's just say that Eric Sprazier paid because the name of this one is My Uncle Gave Me a Licking. I hit him so hard with that weightlifting belt, he ran like a rat back to the dressing room with Philip Paulo, and the show was one of my most outstanding. We had over 1,200 people at Don Savio. So we're going to wrap it up with this one and enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed all the clips from Bleeps, Bloops, and Blunders here at Legends of Professional Wrestling. See you next time.
And Rocky Raymond turns it on in the corner, a couple of rights and lefts. Big chop across the chest now as Nikolai Bolov, 320 pounds around, and another big whip now, as you can see the stickiness of the big Russian. Oh, he's got him up for a big power slam. This could be it. It's all over. And coming into the ring now, you see the fabulous one, Philip Paulo, after the interview. Didn't like the interview too much. He's attacking Rocky Raymond, putting the boots to him with those big cowboy boots. Philip Paulo didn't like the way the interview went earlier. Didn't get the best of it, trying to capture irresistible Eric Sprazier. He's got a big belt now down across the throat and an Adam's apple. He's got that snakeskin belt across the throat of Rocky Raymond, yours truly. Outside the ring, Miss Olympia flipping out. The big Russian in the ring, he's 320 pounds. He's setting him up now. Philip Paulo, down into the midsection now. They're trying to get some order in the ring. Here comes the irresistible Eric Sprazier, the irresistible one. Is he going to help? Is he going to help the fallen Rocky Raymond? Oh, it looks like the fabulous Philip Paulo now offering him more money. Oh, Dollar Green will get you everywhere. The young rookie checking out this wad of money. I don't know, could he have changed his mind? All the work, all the training that Rocky Raymond has done with his nephew, breaking him into the... He's turning on his uncle. It's the irresistible Eric Sprazier putting the boots to his uncle, yours truly now. This is a travesty of justice. I can't believe it, my own two eyes. If this tape wasn't on tape, I wouldn't believe it. He got a boot off now, the fabulous one taking off a boot. It's irresistible Eric Sprazier on the top rope, coming down. Oh, no. The veteran Rocky Raymond ducking as though he's going to crack him now. Oh, he cracks him with Miss Olympia's belt. Two cracks to the back, and you can see these two measly, muzzly men, these two groveling men, gobbled up a